I think the first question we should get out of the way is, how does a trope differ from a cliche?
Yes. This is how I found it best to think of them. I think of a trope as like a neutral building block. It's just an idea that's not necessarily have any connotations of good or bad, but it's something that the audience will immediately understand. An example I like to use is the idea of an athlete. And then I compare that with a cliche, in that cliches are always, at least I always see them as negative. There's nothing about them that has any positive connotation for people. And the example for that is like dumb jock. So for me, if somebody wants to write a story and they want to develop the idea of this person having an aspect of their personality as an athlete, that's much easier for me to think about than, oh, this is a dumb jock character. It's like harder to find that as to develop that into a well-rounded person, because all of us have different aspects of our personalities. So that's the biggest thing that I think of with the difference of tropes and cliches, is that kind of neutral idea for a trope.
And do you think cliches have become cliches because they're overworked, or because they're intrinsically offensive, intrinsically just lazy writing?
Right. Honestly, I think the negativity has a lot to do with their staying power. Because I think, for better or worse, it's just easier sometimes to latch on and to a really negative association for something, where you have to work harder to make something that's positive also really interesting. I think it's just really important, at least I really try to encourage people not to think of them as the same thing, because if you separate them like that, you have this whole treasure trove of things that you can use as a writer and storyteller, and you don't have to be held back by those negative perceptions.